All right, guys. So this is round five. This is round five of the Chicago Open. We went through rounds 1 through 4 already. What's up, Midnight Wards? Welcome to the stream. So we went through rounds 1 through 4 already. And of course, before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube and make sure that you got your notifications set on so you can see everything for more content. Good evening. Thanks for the 5 months, bro. And over here on Twitch, you do the same. Make sure you're on the YouTube channel for the rest of the content there. Thanks for the tier 1, bro. Midnight Wards, let's go. Bowden's Bishop, what's up? Hope you got your email. Check your email on that. 5 months for round 5, and we're live. Ooh, Midnight Ward's coming in like that. I see you, Chess Rabbit. Thanks for the follow. All right, so this round 5, right? So the title of today's video is Into the Deep. Into the Deep. Wait till y'all see the thumbnail for this. For all the people on Twitch, of course, if you're watching this from YouTube, then yes, absolutely you will. You've already seen the thumbnail. But Into the Deep is the name of this one. I play white. I'm playing Mike Zelazny. He's a friend of mine, actually, Big Mike, Mike Z, and he's from Vegas. Very, very cool guy, national master. And, you know, like a quick backstory on how this game actually happened and why it's called Into the Deep. So we knew, you know, well, when I knew that the pairing was up and we knew, we were like, I'm like, oh, snap. Why I got to play the homie, you know? That's how you feel like, yeah, I got to play the homie, but I also got to take the homie down. It's like bittersweet. Like, you know, it hurts me, then it's going to, it hurts me more than it's going to hurt you, right? That's how I'm feeling. But at the same time, you know, it's going to be a hard game, and it could be anything. It could be anything based off of what he plays. So, of course, I got 15 minutes before I played around. They give you your, what they give you? They give you pairings like 15, 20 minutes before you actually play. So I had 15, 20 minutes to prep. So I'm going through all his stuff that he played. Like, oh, he played this. I know he played that. Let me try this. Let me try that, right? You know, thanks, Bowden's Bishop. Appreciate you, girl. Let's go. Yo, Bowden's Bishop, thanks for gifting and lifting. Appreciate the gifted sub to Indo Queen. Appreciate that. Thanks for the follow. Little Walk Manil. Appreciate you. So yeah. So right, we both prepping for each other, right? They say friendly competition. That's exactly what it is, right? So we both prepping for each other 15 minutes for the round, right? I get there first. I set the board up. He comes in a little bit later after me because we both came to the round late because we do prep. You know, as an experienced player playing in the open section, if you get your pairings, you will come to the round sometimes late because you want to prep a few extra minutes. So he came late, right? So he came late, and here we go. Now here's the game. Into the Deep, round 5, right? I go E4, E4 for life. You ain't going to change me. Of course, I have played some other things, but came back to my first love, E4. So E4, now I'm expecting either D6 because he's done this before. This is actually like his go-to. And honestly, I don't even think anything else. I think he has played some other things, but I know D6 is his main. This is like PHILIDOR. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm prepping for it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be pretty straight. You know, the last time I got PHILIDOR over the board, in fact, you can actually check that playlist under the Charlotte IM tournament playlist, which I think this might have been round 6 where I beat the IM in 18 moves, and he played the PHILIDOR. So I'm expecting the PHILIDOR, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting it. You would like the roommate got paired in round 3. Yeah, correct. So they agreed to draw move 3. Wow. That's funny. No, I wasn't trying to get no draw because I already came off a draw. Round 4 was a draw. Remember that title was This Is So Boring. So I played. Then the next game I get Mike, and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to draw Mike. Like, yo, I need a dub, man. I need a dub. I need a dub, and I need it now, right? So I'm definitely going in here with the mindset like I need a dub, bro. You know, so I go E4. And I'm expecting D6, you know, maybe he might play E6 or C5, but I wasn't expecting what he played right here. Excuse me, I wasn't expecting it at all. In fact, I've had this over the board twice ever. First time I lost because it's not something I studied a lot. And so I had a vendetta, I had a vengeance out for this opening. I was very angry in a way. When I saw him play this, all of that, what I felt before, even though I was ready, but what I felt before, I was very angry. And I needed to let this out because I'm like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've seen this, OTB. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, I remember you. You remember me, right? Okay, let me show you something. And he hit me with this right here. D5. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's personal. I ain't say that to him, but that's how I felt. I was like, oh, it's personal. Oh, okay, bet, right? Bet. I'm ready. So I said, and this is called Into the Deep. So watch this, right? Of course, I take. He takes D5. Bam. Right? I snap it. He snap. I go knight C3. Now, I actually have some newer material, which is actually what I played today, even against, I think, Greg Lars, which was knight f3. This literally the newer material, what I play now, just a quick synopsis or a quick summary, is like knight f3, bishop e2, castling very quickly, not worrying about anything that black does. Developing very quickly, playing knight c3, and literally playing b4 like almost every single time, sacking the pawn and mating. It's actually really cool. So knight f3 is actually the newer stuff that I play now. But I played knight c3, and this is you need to work on your game every single day and adapt. In fact, I mean, Chicago Open was not, maybe, actually right around a month ago now, right? So something like that. But with that being said, you know, I now don't play knight c3 anymore. I play knight to f3 because of the fact that I have advanced, I've evolved. Every day you should be looking to get better as a player. So, thanks for the follow, Huron Dragon. Welcome to the stream. So I play knight c3, he go queen d8. And then actually in post-game analysis, fast forwarding a little bit, he said that in the games that he looked at against me playing the Scandi, this is high-level prep or highly effective prep in that sense. There's other things that go to it, but highly effective prep was him saying, okay, yeah, I saw that you didn't have any games in the database with this move right here, which is the move I played, bishop c4. So he couldn't find any games that I played with bishop c4 right here, and that's because I haven't. I didn't really play bishop c4 right here. I usually play d4, bishop d3, but here I thought, you know what, let's just go bishop c4, make it a game. You know, I know Mike, you know, we've played a lot of games online, like I actually know him, so I'm like, let's just play a game, right? So I played bishop c4 in this position. And then, so honestly, you know, weirdly enough, it worked out for me because he wasn't prepped for this. I'm sure he was probably prepped for my main, which would be d4, knight f3, bishop d3, which is usually what I like to do, automatic. But I'm like, OTB, let's try bishop c4, put it on a better diagonal, which is usually what you'll see anyway in a lot of these lines. So bishop c4, he goes knight f6. Very standard, knight f3. He goes, and then right here, he hit me with a move that I've never, ever, ever, ever seen in the Scandinavian. In fact, at least not in this line. Maybe because I haven't played it as much, or maybe because I haven't played this in particular with the bishop on c4 as much. I mean, this is like the first time, honestly. So I'm just like, oh, it's whatever. You know, it's a move, right? And let's just get a game going. So after knight 3, he goes a6. And here, I thought to myself, that is not a move. But in fact, it actually is a move, according to the engine. Just as a human here, and like, yo, I ain't never seen this. Like, I don't believe in a6 in the Scandi. In fact, I just thought it was a blunder, but it's actually not. Far from. It's actually an okay move. It's pretty cool. So a6, the idea of playing b5, bishop b7. So here, my whole idea, you need to have plans and ideas in every game, every time you plan. So my plan and idea was actually castle quickly, which you should be in any Scandi. Castling quickly, developing very quickly, and trying to like do whatever you can, take advantage of your lead in development. So I just said castles. I'm getting out the way, right? He go b5, I go bishop b3. I back that boy up, right? And then he goes e6 to lock this boy down and actually try to stop the diagonal, because this bishop is an absolute monster on all levels. a4 prevents b5. Yeah, you could play a4 in many cases, right? You know, I could play a4, but honestly, I just didn't want to. I was like, you know, let him have a4. Like, let him have b5 and do this, and, you know, do that kind of thing. Thanks for the 10 bits, Dabcott. Appreciate you. So I go bishop b3. I go bishop b3. He goes e6. And he blocks the bishop. And then immediately here, so it's white to move, guys. White to move in this position. What do you actually do? This is for you, chat. So white to move, he goes e6. What is your move in this position as white? We're playing against the Scandi. I prevent b5 in most cases. Yeah, you can. You know, you can. And in some cases, you can allow it. It just depends on what you have. And if you allow b5, and you will allow bishop b7 too as well. So that means you have to play active on the other side of the board, generally speaking, because this bishop usually goes to the other side, which means he's not helping in any kind of defense on this side of the board, which means, you know, any light square action that happens over here, there's bishops on the other side doing something else. So you have to be careful. Thanks for the follow, Sorensen. We got Rookie 1. We got 95 in the chat. We got A4 in the chat. Man, good stuff, man. Thought you had development advantage. Good stuff, man. Thanks, bro. We got D4 from Sorenzo Yamas. D4. Here we go. You are correct, guys. D4 is correct. Why not? You know, a lot of times you'll see D4 very early in the Scandi, but a lot of times Scandinavian players already know their repertoire. So you're very, very comfortable. Not comfortable, but you can be more comfortable and also more get a slight edge on your Scandinavian opponent by actually playing something slightly different. Now, nothing off the wall, because then you're going to just, you know, block with your face and start a new game. But you do need to play something. Not need to, but a lot of times you can throw your opponent off by playing stuff or delaying things that are usual. So d4 is a move that I usually play, but I delayed it, and now I played d4. So d4 happened. He immediately played c5, which was a very good move. I was annoyed by this move a little bit, which I kind of knew was coming anyway. But I was like, okay, what do I do here? So now c5's on the board. You know, in the Scandinavian, this is why it's good to know plans and ideas, that in the Scandinavian, they love to trade. They try to trade as much as possible, right? So if he gets a trade off, trading queens, he's going to have a great position. Also, the bishop's going to b7. So taking on c5 is not an option for me. So I have to make a move. White to move. What is the move? What do we do, chat? What do we do? c5 on the board. It's white to move. We got a3 from Dante. Rook e1 from Huron Dragon. Knight e5 from Bowden's Bishop. a3 and a4 from Canty Stepson. a4 from Chess Rabbit. All right, here we go. You are correct. a4 is the move. In fact, let's look at the other options. Rook e1 and you're done. Start a new one, big fella. Okay, knight e5 is not live, so that's blocking with your face all day and every day in every way. Knight e5, c4, appreciate you. Have a good day. So that doesn't work either. So I have to make some room for this bishop by either capturing or means of a3 or a4. I'm very aggressive. I chose a4. Now, if c4 happens, excuse me, I am forced to play bishop a2, right? And long term, I can play an idea, even b4, right? b4 looks scary, but in fact, I'm doing fine. I can play knight e2, which is my main idea, and now this pawn's hanging first off. So if it does get defended, let's say he defends it. I play something like c3, and now weird position, but look at this bishop though. Very strange, and in fact the engine says it's just equal. But human standpoint, I'm definitely loving white. These bishops are here. What about bishop e7? Trying to go like bishop e4, knight g3. Not today. You're not putting anything here. Rook e1, and I'm just feeling great about the position. Very strange move. But I always have this kind of idea in mind. You have to understand where and how is your piece going to be active. And if it's not going to be active on one diagonal, then it can be active on another. So I had this idea in mind. I knew this would come. So I played a4, and he did not play c4. He played b4, which here I was like, okay, b4. Well, he kind of forced me to go where I wanted to anyway. So knight e2, not forced, but bad. I mean, I just wanted to go here anyway. Bishop snipers, that's right, BTS. And then he goes bishop e7. So bishop e7's on the board here. Now you got a lot of moves here to choose from. A lot of moves, in fact. A lot of moves. And let's see what you got in chat, guys. Let's see how your mind's flowing here. White to move. What are you thinking? There's a lot of moves you can make here. Castling, you can't stop him from castling. But how do we develop? Like, we got a lot of stuff to do. Lots of possibilities. What are you going to do is the question. Thanks for the follow. TFG. Resign from Big Tyke. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that, big fella. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You might as well resign, withdraw from the tournament, get in your car, and drive back home. If you're going to resign right here. That's okay, though. We still love you. Absolutely. Thanks for the... What's up, Numbers? I'm going to just call you Numbers. Or I can call you Fifth 3. Fifth 3, I like that, because that's a lot of numbers. 5311 5311. Yeah. That's a lot of numbers. H4. We got knight e5. We got h4. We got bishop e3 is the key. Knight e5. Knight g5. Knight e5. Knight g5. Great ideas. Everyone has great ideas here, I think. The silent king h1. That's very, very silent. In fact, I think that's very silent and also loud at the same time. Saying, oh, come, hey, you know what? Hey, man. Hey, I like getting kicked in the face, bro. I appreciate it. Like, please. So that's a king h1 is not a move to me, but it is a move in a way, right? Double D nice. What's up, bro? Knight f4, knight c3. Line me up. Hey, right here in the chin, bro. Right here. Hard as you can. Best shot. Knight e5, knight f4, knight g3. So here we go. In fact, here's the move I chose, and here's the reason why. I did not just want him to take on d4, and I know that they just always look to trade. Trades are huge in the Scandinavian, the Karo-Kan, and even many Sicilians, of course. And it just tells you that with the black pieces, sometimes equality comes through means of trading. So that's something to know with the black pieces immediately. In fact, Dante is correct. I played c3 here in this position. c3, which is totally fine. I just want to keep my structure very strong and then develop and see what he does later. Now he castled, and here I had a choice. I had a choice to go a few routes, and I wanted to go super aggressive. So think about that. I wanted to go super aggressive. And after some thought here, this is why this is called Into the Deep, because it's about to get wild. But right here, it's very, very calm. White to move, guys. You have to set up if you ever want to attack or if you ever want to do anything. In fact, the best attacks are prepared. So if you ever want to do anything, you have to actually prepare it. So what happens next? White to move. We got D3. Okay, so D3, maybe the queen D3? Is that what you mean? Bishop C2. We got that on the get that in the chat. Bishop C2s, queen D3s, queen C2. Okay. Bishop C2, what's up, physics? Bishop C2. We got another bishop C2. Okay. Knight G3, bishop E3. Did I see anybody say it yet? I have not seen the answer yet. I'm not seeing the answer yet. Queen D3, bishop F4. All right, so I actually played, here it is, knight E5, right? I'm just going into the party. I'm just playing knight E5. You can also play F4. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. What's up, Piggy? What's going on? All right, play 95, right? But watch this, right? So bishop b7, automatic. Not automatic, but of course just getting good out here. You know, how many moves of that? I'm not even sure, bro. I didn't even check. Bishop b7, and after bishop b7, here we go. I played knight f4. So knight f4, and watch this. In fact, I was expecting, you know, not expecting, but this is the position, by the way. I played knight f4. So right now, as white, my Tau senses are tingling, right? Because Tau is my grandfather. So my Tau senses are tingling right now. So if he played knight d7, what you think I was going to do here? What do you think I was going to do? He didn't do this, but what do you think I was going to do? Knowing the Jedi, knowing what I do, knowing how I just pull out that saber and it 2 times cross the body and he drops. What do I do? Thanks for the follow, Best Blunder. Appreciate you. Knight takes f7. We got bishop takes e6. Knight takes, yeah, correct. In fact, yes, knight takes f7 is what I was going to do. And I was like ready. Bam! Hit him on f7, flex real hard, right? You know, I was definitely ready to do this. And in fact, it's quite equal. After sacrificing this piece, it's equal. But, I mean, a human standpoint, this is much harder to play. So I played knight f4, right? And the move I did not want him to play, in fact, was the move that he played. Was knight d5. So I'm like, dang, now I don't get to sack. Now I can't sack nothing, right? Don't you just hate those games when you wanted to sack? Like you wanted to sacrifice. And he says no. And they just tell you, they deny you of all sacrificial ideas. So now, okay, he's trying to trade. Remember, the plans and ideas here in the Scandinavian is to trade as much as possible. So if you trade, you will help black in many cases, especially in cramped positions like this one. Slightly behind on development, feels like white's on you, and you want to trade the pieces that are attacking you. With that being said, knight takes d5 is not a move. Far from it. With that being said, white to move. Where did I go in this game? We got knight h5 from double D nice. Knight d3 from Dante. How do you get so many boring positions? This one ain't boring. I don't know what you're talking about, Pink. I mean, maybe the last one might have been boring. It was. In fact, there's no way around it. But this ain't boring at all. I don't know what you're talking about, Chewbacca. You know, but no, of course, it's always a matter of taste as well. Maybe this is boring to you, but there's many tactics that can happen in this position. In fact, that's why this is called Into the Deep. Watch the next few moves here. This is called Into the Deep. Into the Deep is the name of this series today, or the video. Knight takes knight, bishop c2. All right, c4. Okay, we got c4. Knight takes knight, then bishop take pawn. g4, knight takes f7, bishop c2, c4. Here it is. In fact, only one person said it, and it was double D nice. Shout out to you. Knight h5. Oh, yeah, bro. Flex real hard. Let's get some flex real hards in the chat. Let's get some flex real hards. Even though ain't nothing happened yet. Nothing happened yet. But it feel like something about to happen. Oh, it feel like something about to happen. You know, like I said, my Tau senses are just like I can't sit still. Like you can just, I'm fidgety in a chair. I'm starting to sweat, and like I just don't know what to do. And you can just tell that I'm visibly salivating over something. So I played knight h5. And I'm like sitting up on the chair, rocking back and forth, like, oh snap. I'm not really doing this, but in my head, I'm like, oh boy, hold on, big fella. Is this going to be a quick 17 mover? Is this going to be a 20 piece and we out of here? 20 moves and out or what? Right? So I'll play knight h5. And then he go knight d7 and develops. He just develops. I'm like, yo, it's got to be something here. It literally has to be something. So white to move. You tell me, is there something here right now? Do I got to do something else? White to move. Queen g4 from pink. Almost having a seizure right now. Can't teach that sign. Queen g4. We got knight takes g7 from Chewbacca. Knight takes g7 from Mr. Kaga for real. They like, sack the knight. Sack the whole thing. Don't even think about stuff. Don't even think about it. Sack the whole thing, fam. We got knight takes g7, queen g4, bishop h6. My goodness. I mean, they out here fighting. They out here bringing the big dog money today. Sack first, think later. Right. Salty. Yeah. Right. And you know what? That's a great observation as well. But Salty, he does need to revise that as he gets stronger. Pawn to d5, just to get to the next wave. Because it does take calculation in there. But I do love it. I love that idea. Sack first, think later. Queen d3, queen g4. All right. Whoever has born. Sack the board, including the opponent's pieces. F4. All right, here we go. So this is what it's not. In fact, knight takes g7 I looked at for a long time. This was my first move. I'm always into sacking. Like I said, Tal, my granddad. Shout out to my granddad, Tal. Mike Tal. Nah, the world champion. Knight takes g7, though. Knight takes g7. If king takes g7, then it actually probably is something. In fact, there is nothing according to the engine. But I thought there could be something if king takes. But this is not the most accurate. In fact, the better way, when somebody's attacking you, what you should do is remove all the pieces that are attacking you. Via, bam, knight takes e5. Uh-oh. So now, if you try to do something tricky like knight h5, trying to be cool, I just hop out the way, have a nice day. Knight g6, yo, we out of there. You ain't got to check, you down a piece, start a new one. Get out of here. Doesn't work. So if we take, then king takes. Now I've lost two of the pieces I was attacking with. I had a knight where, right? I had a knight on e5 and a knight on h5. Both of them are gone. Okay, well, how about we do queen h5? This would work if I could actually attack this. But and I think he actually has a lot of moves here that actually work for him. But this is not winning. This is not winning by far. In fact, c4 they say is the best move here. And it's -3. Now, this is very technical, very hard. In fact, I didn't like, what didn't I like? He had a move. Rook h8 doesn't work right. Yeah, bishop h6 is winning, obviously. I did see this, but there was something else I didn't like. I don't remember. But I knew that this didn't feel correct. I was like, yo, this don't feel right. This doesn't feel right. And because it doesn't feel right, and also through calculation, and there's so many ways you can go wrong, you don't go for something like this unless it's clear. Unless it's clear. So it wasn't clear. And I'm not going through that. I'm not about to take on g7 and be wrong in this situation. Hey, big fella, I just finished the National Open. Let's go, Oregon. Hey, man, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So here's the move. I actually chose queen g4, guys. Queen g4 was the move. Now let's check out bishop h6. In fact, bishop h6 was something I considered as well, but he could just take on e5. Knight takes e5, right? And bishop takes g7 actually runs into just moving. Like, it just doesn't actually work. Like, nothing works. Crazy, because he stole a piece from me there, and all I got was a pawn and a rook, but he got 2 pieces for it. And I'm down a piece, and I'm losing pieces. Remember, to attack, you need pieces. So if I trade, I am now down less pieces than I were before I traded, which is not going to help when it comes to this. So I didn't play bishop h6. In fact, I did not. My move was queen g4. Going for it, right? And I'm telling you, man, this title into the deep, because this still ain't got deep yet. This still ain't got deep yet. Queen g4. He go g6. He stopped the mate because that's like forced. In fact, there was this tactic here that I saw that if he plays bishop f6, lights out. Why is this lights out? Somebody tell me in the chat, why is bishop f6 not a move? Bishop f6 is GG, start a new game. What is the move, y'all? If you want your tactics, let me know what you got going here. We got bishop h6. We got knight takes f6 because he can play bishop h8. I mean, bishop h8. I mean, I don't know how he gonna play bishop h8, but he eventually can. Oh, you mean because he can play bishop h6? Okay, bishop h6 was your idea. Okay? Knight takes g7, g6. We got knight d7 from double d. Nice. Right. Well, here it is, guys. Here it is. Let's take a look. Knight takes g7. Well, let's look at your follow-up. If bishop takes bishop h6 and queen f6, kind of strange. Queen f6. If I take on d7, right, and you're like, oh, I get a rook. But then let's do a piece count. Wait, okay, right. So 1, 2. You may have some compensation, but remember all the pieces that you did have around the king. Where are they? They're gone. They're actually gone. Like, that's a wrap. So now you have to be very accurate the rest of the game. That's not going to be fun. So knight takes g7 doesn't work. Knight takes f6 runs into what? And remember, we just removed these great knight. This was super good. So now there's no mate, and the knight's on a better square. In fact, black's better. I'm not even fully developed, and his queen is one move away from completing development with the rooks being connected. I'm still behind. And my queen's hit. That's tempo. So I'm in trouble. So I can't do that. So in fact, Mr. Rio, what's up, dog? And double D nice, and Mr. Rio got it right. Knight takes d7 wins on the spot. That's a piece. That's forcing. So you either capture it or I'm up a piece. And after captures, then we remove the defender of this. Bishop takes, threatening knight takes f6. What if he tries this? Go for mate, which is already defended. But knight takes f6. Beautiful combo here that I saw, and I was ready. I was ready for this. Of course, he saw it as well. He did not go for this combo, but I was ready for it. So I played queen g4, understanding that bishop f6 is not a move. So if you can't play bishop f6, you only have one other move for mate to stop it, which is g6. And after g6, we about to go into the deep. Welcome to the deep. Welcome to the deep end of the pool, big fella. Hopefully you can swim. Here we go. After g6, what do? White to move, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Silent king h1. You know what? King h1 is not silent. King h1 is straight face blockage. 1000%. Bishop h6. Thanks for the follow, Fern Myth. Appreciate it. Let's go deep. BTS. You can go bishop h6. Bishop h6 for Mikey. Gambit Entertainment with bishop h6. Bishop h6 feels like a free move from Vern Myth. Okay. Okay. I see how y'all Big Daddy O with the bishop h6. All right. I like how y'all thinking. That's beautiful. Clap. Hey, clap it up. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade your lightsaber. Go and get y'all some new parts. You know, take it to the lab and, you know, put some new stuff on your lightsaber. You are correct. Bishop h6. Great job. Now, when he hits you with f5, which is what was played in the game, and then I'm going to tell y'all my reaction in a minute and what happened and actually some real life psychology here. After bishop h6 and f5, your move now. It's your move. What you going to do in this position? We're going to get the moves first. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And then I'm going to tell you what I thought here and everything that happened from this point on. f5 is on the board. What do? White to move. White to move. You are in the deep end. Right here. F5 on the board. What you doing? The silent queen d1. Yeah, you can block with your face if you like. No problem. No problem. Straight facts. No probs. We got bishop takes d5. Okay, that's face blockage too. 100% premium. Cambodian. Natural. 100%. That's face blockage. Big guy. That's not a move. Queen g3 is my instinct. Thank you for the follow-up festivity. Amen. Correct. Queen g3. Queen g3, just get out of the way and keep the pressure. Queen g3. Queen takes g6. Oh my goodness. This is a family channel, Chess Rabbit. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. This is why I play for endgames. This is too much thinking. Queen g3, but it's probably wrong. Queen takes g6. So I'm like, wow. Wow. Go ahead. Go ahead. Queen e2. Bishop takes d5s. All right, so this is what is not. Let's go through what is not. In fact, queen g3 could be a move. And actually, looking at the engine, I actually haven't analyzed this part. In part, I have. I looked at it with the engine before, but I kind of forgot. But here, queen g3, actually, I was afraid, not afraid, but bishop h4 is annoying. Because, yeah, you do keep the pressure, but in fact, now the pressure has to be released. Because as soon as you move the queen, guess what? The knight hangs. Uh-oh, knight hangs. Oh, but you get a rook. Yeah, but that's 2 for 1. Remember that, right? That's 2 for 1. He gets a bishop and a knight. Yeah, and then king safety is kind of bad for black. But I am down a piece, nevertheless. And if I'm not accurate, and he has 2 bishops. So, you know, and he's aiming over here, open g-file. Like, I can see this being a real attack at some point. So you actually have to be careful. Queen c3 is scary. But, you know, real quick, you know, thinking about this move, when he played f5, in fact, I remember thinking that that was the only move I didn't look at. So I remember Ben Feingold when he used to coach my my first like chess coach like ever, a long time ago. But I remember I sat in on one of the lessons when he was coaching my coach, and he was saying he told him like one of the things that you do not want to be, or one of the worst things to have, is when you get surprised at the board. Like being surprised, like you want to always know every move, basically, that you've considered that, or I saw that already, or I calculated that already. This one was one for some reason it just appeared on the board, and I was like, F5, how is that even there? Like out of all the moves, I thought I was just going up in exchange, but here I was like, well, you know what? First off, principally, whatever. Okay, I had to say that one. That was the tongue twister there. So here, check this out though, right? These pieces, I have everything across the line, basically except the fourth, except this here, but the queen on the fourth rank. Yeah, Fern myth, right? That's funny. What the F5 is this? That's so funny. You are funny. You are funny. But I have pieces across the line, and I know that, okay, because of his piece quality, because of things going on, I'm honestly going to be pretty straight, even if I do sacrifice this piece. Because I saw if queen g3, there's bishop h4. And if queen h3, I wasn't convinced that this is actually a thing. But I also do have queen g3. And I also didn't have to sack the piece like at all. Queen h3 actually helps me. If queen h3, taking, then I can play queen g3 check. And I'm actually okay, because there's mate on g7. Or he blocks with the bishop. But I didn't play queen h3. And I actually didn't consider this because for some reason it shocked me that f5 was a possibility. So I'm like, oh snap, what did I get myself into? So, in fact, I actually calculated, being, you know, Tao being my grandfather and all, I learned, you know, hey bro, do your thing, okay? You know, tactically, this is what you do. This is what you does, sir. So, here's the move. And this is what I chose. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Appreciate it. I hit him with this right here. I said, all right, I'm going to just back that boy up one time. One time for the one time, and I'm going to just get out of here. Queen e2. Right? Expecting him to take on h5. So he takes on h5. He takes on h5, and now, guys, it's white to move. How did I proceed in this position? What do I do? White to move. We got knight f6. Knight f6 is right here, actually. Fit that out. Yeah. Queen takes f5. One time for the one time. Come on, let him know. Queen takes h5. I think that's what you mean here. Queen takes h5. Anything else in the chat? Anyone else in the chat? So right now I'm down a piece. So remember this. Always keep a piece count. Always keep a piece count. I am down a piece. Queen takes g8, mate. You can try that. You can try that, Jack 250. And if it don't work, then shoot, just leave. Like, okay, it didn't work. All right, well, hey, it was a try. You know, queen takes a6 gambit. Go ahead. You can block with your face as much as you want. Top Gun 1. Top Gun 1. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the follow. Mistake 23. Thanks for the follow. We got knight g6. And bishop takes f8 from physics. Fita. Knight to c6 from Midnight Wars. Knight takes d7. Knight takes d7. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Because we saw it, because I see it, I'm going to say it. Here it is. I did not get the Norm D. No, we're still working on it. In fact, here it is. Great job. Over to Midnight Wars. Knight to c6. Sack another piece. When you sack one, sack another one. That was from Tao. Of course, he didn't say that, but that's what he would say. It's my grandfather. That's what he would say. If, you know, he saw this position. Sack one piece. Can't he sack another one? Like, come on. Right? Knight to c6 is on the board. So I'm down one piece. So I sack another one. Why not? Go deeper into the pool, right? I can't swim at the bottom. Okay, 8 feet's what you like. Cool, we going to 20 feet today. Knight c6, we going into the deep. So he takes it, right? It's pretty much obvious you have to sack city, baby. Come on, Lady Lowski, let him know. So queen takes e6 is a real deal move. Big boy move from a big boy. So that's going to be in trouble. Your queen's hanging. Queen e8 or queen anywhere else. Any queen move I take on e6 and I get my piece back. And the king's looking kind of crazy. With that being said, though, knight c6 and we live, right? Knight c6 in the mix. So bishop takes c6. He takes it. What was the time constraint of this game? What was the time constraint? I have never heard that one. What was the time constraint? The time control of this was actually 1 hour and 40 minutes per side with 30-second increment. It's analysis time. You already know, Sparry. This is round 5 right now. Called Into the Deep. Into the Deep. So he takes on C6, right? So right now, currently, I'm down 2 pieces for nothing at all. This is why I was like, yo, this game about to get crazy. This game was 10 seconds. Okay, right. Lucky speedrun, correct. Right. But yeah, so I know I'm down 2 pieces. Just get the knight out of the way. Correct. I lost 2 pieces so far for nothing, but I'm going to get one of them back for sure. Bam. So I take on E6. Boom. And the reason why, thanks Bowden Bishop, thanks for gifting the sub over to my man Sparry. Thanks for the follow, strategy. You get the piece pack and a pawn. Correct. Now watch this. I actually couldn't take on F8 first. That actually is a fatal error. I'm already down 2 pieces, and if I try to take the rook first, he takes with the knight. Now he's defended, and look at how many pieces I got. 4. How many pieces he got? 6. I'm down 2 pieces. This is like, you don't even want to like play this no more. Like, I don't even want to play this game no more, right? Like, don't do that. So I had to take on E6. That was absolutely forced. Now he has choices. He can play King H8 or he can play Rook F7. If King H8, which this is what he didn't play. If you play King H8, I was going to take on F8 first because now I'm threatening Bishop takes E7. I'm threatening Bishop takes D5. And if he just takes it back, then I take on C6. And this position, yes, I'm down a piece, but I mean, this is very good. Like, yeah, I'm down a piece here, but you always, I have compensation. You have to remember that. Compensation is like, what is it? Activity. Piece activity is more important than sometimes the material. So yes, I'm down a piece, but this is hanging. D5 is looking crazy. I got both the open files. His king safety is unsafe. So with that being said, this is a justified sacrifice. And in fact, the engine agrees with me saying that this is an equal position. But as a human standpoint, this is actually more than equal. So for white, at least from a human standpoint. So now here we go. Okay, so I took on E6. He went Rook F7 because he saw that I could take 2. I could take if he go King H8. Now, this is forced, by the way, because I'm down 2 pieces. Now I got a pawn back, but now I got a piece and a pawn. So I'm only down, you know, I was down 6. I got 4 back, right? Because I lost 2. I lost both the knights. 3, 3, 6. I'm down 6. Then I get a knight back and a pawn, or at least a bishop and a pawn. So really like, you know, 4.2 because bishop's slightly more. So like 4.2 I got back. Okay. And then, so now I'm only down like 2 pawns, actually. And think about this. So I might be down like 2 pawns, but look at the compensation. Look at this. Look at this. This is hanging, right? Like you can't really move much. I mean, this is crazy. And I was like, yo, this is nuts. I was out here like, you know, I'm telling you, my Tao senses were tingling, right? So after queen takes C6, you know, there's 2 options. You can go knight F6 or knight B6. And he chose knight B6. And after this, I actually sat here for a minute because that was a pretty good move, which I kind of saw. And I had to calculate all of this ahead of time too, which was very difficult because now there's the possibilities of Rook F6 and Rook C8. He's also defending the knight here. And I'm still down a piece. Maybe 2 pawns now, but it's the fact that he has threats. Like Rook F6 looks big, almost trapping my queen. Almost. So it's actually white to move, guys. We still into the deep end over here. So hopefully you can swim. White to move. What do you do? We got A5 from Midnight Wards. We got A5 from Mikey. Well, I'll tell you why. Well, let's see why A5 doesn't work. In fact, A5 says that I have to sack my queen. So let's see why. Why doesn't Queen B7 work? Then C4 and lock up the whole game. Oh, yeah. This pawn's very important. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't work. I knew A5 didn't work. I was like, yeah, A5 don't work. A5 don't work. Facts. Straight facts. D takes C5 from Dante. Yeah, that's right, guys. D takes C5 is what I chose. And the reason being is, remember this, like material-wise, first off, we started into the deep. I sacked 2 knights. I'm down 6. Then I get a bishop and a pawn back, so that's 4.2 total. Now I'm down like 1.8, basically 2 pawns. So what's the best thing to do? Get one of them boys back. So D takes C5. Hit this knight that's connected to this knight that's connected to the queen. That's all through this king. Everything looking crazy out here, right? Everything looking nuts. So, of course, I did know that he has to hit me with something like Rook C8 or Rook F6. So if Rook C8, I saw Queen E6 was going to be strong for me. So he didn't play rook c8. In fact, I knew he would play rook f6 because this just generally seems correct. Hitting the bishop over here that's looking crazy, and the queen. And bam, this is still here. So forced, by the way, is queen to b7. Queen b7. So my queen's over here. If he goes rook b8, like he did, queen is in fact not trapped. I actually have queen takes a6. So now all material's even, basically. I got my stuff back, right? I got my stuff back, so I'm down like half a pawn probably, if I'm even down at this point. If I'm even down. His queen look almost overworked. Yeah, correct. So if I'm even down, right? So I'll play queen takes a6. He takes. Bam, he takes on h6. Because he's like, now, oh, hold up, Kenzie. I know you thought you was real close, but real quick, let me make you a little bit further back again. So he takes the bishop. So now I'm basically down a piece again in this position. But it's still wild, and I like the open position. I got the light square bishop, the strongest one. I got the rooks to the open files. I got some passed pawns. You know, this is enough compensation. Ricardo 024, 0254, thanks for the follow. Bishop hanging. Yeah, he took it. Both knights are pinned. You're actually right. I mean, this one actually can move for real because it's not an absolute pin. This one's absolute, though. You know, it's not absolute. No, it's not Spanish or Ricardo, unfortunately. Rook d1, still working on that. Still got not fluently, not fluent at all. Mayo Gert, thanks for the follow. Swank, thanks for the follow. This game was nuts. In fact, this one and round 9 are the craziest games of the whole tournament. This game was nuts. So watch this. It's still not over yet, right? So I got a few moves here. I chose the best move from the engine, so I feel good about that. But it's white to move. What do you do here? You got a lot of possibilities. I thought about 1, 2, 3 moves here. I had 3 moves in this position, and I chose the best one, but I had 3 of them. Just C takes B6 from BTS. Rook after D. We got A5. We got C takes B6. Silent rook E1. Y'all are something else. The silent King H1. The silent H4. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are something else. Bishop takes D5. That's so funny. Queen to D3. C takes B6. Clear up the C4 square for the queen from Jag. Rook F E8. That means E1. Silent GM move King H1. Stop. Just shut up. Chew blocker. You know what? King H1 might have happened one time in this game, I think. Oh my goodness. When I play Costco chess. Let's go, Sparry, my guy. Rook A D1. It's off the glasses. All right, so Rook A D1 I saw, but I was like, this just doesn't feel right. And there was a line. There was something I didn't like about Rook A D1. There's something I didn't like. But Queen takes G8, yeah. I didn't play this, and in fact, the engine doesn't like it either. The engine just says take on C5. So what I did here is, in fact, you're correct, guys. People that said capture, yo, just take the piece. Just take the piece, and eventually I'm going to get this back. And that's what I said in my head. I'm going to get this back due to the pressure here. I got the pawn as well. You know, I'm feeling good about the position. And then he played King H8 and stepped out of the way. Now in this position, I can play a few moves. Again, I had multiple moves in mind. And actually, my first and second moves are both number 1 and 2, respectively, in the engine. And I played the better one. I played the number 1 move from the engine, but I also had 2 moves here that I considered. I considered both, first and second. So, white to move. What do you play? We got Queen C4 from Dante. Queen E7, or Queen A7. Queen A7, threatens bishop take D5, Rook D1, A5, Rook A D1. A5 from Fall of God, Rook A D1. Where did it Rook after D1? Where did black go? Black, where did black? Yeah, black went here. Black went King H8. He stepped out of the pin. Queen D3 from Pooch, King H8. Thanks for the follow, 30-1. Rook D1, silent Rook E1. Stupid. Bishop takes D5, simplify. All right, so this is what I chose. And in fact, Queen E2 was a possibility, but that's too much. I didn't like it. A5, I just didn't feel like, if I'm not accurate enough with A5, it doesn't work, and I could actually end up worse. And he can always just kind of sack back. If you think about that, think about this rule. If you're up material, you can always give it back. So that means him being up a piece, he can give it back kind of when he wants to, when it's just right for him. So if I play A5, which actually is funny, number 2, and actually I'm showing y'all facts. In fact, I'm going to give y'all the move. Oh, perfect, because it's going to show, it's going to expose some stuff here. So Rook A to D1 was the move I chose, right? That's the move I chose. But A5 is the second move. So A5 was a possibility. And what I was saying is he could just take this. and then take back and just say, okay, cool, and what did you get out of all of that? And after sacrificing 2 pieces, right, and all of this, you would think I want to win out of this. Like, I ain't trying to draw this. This don't look like what I wanted anymore. Rook A to D1. Thanks, Big Dumper. Appreciate it. Yeah. Rook A to D1, right? So I'm like, A5 just doesn't seem correct. And it was not. In fact, I did play Rook A to D1 to keep pressure on the man. I wanted to keep the pressure on him. So now it eliminates this possibility. And I did see Queen takes B6 happening. This is a cool diversion. Look at that. Bam. If you take the knight, I take your queen. If you take the queen, I take back with my knight, and I continue being up a piece. So I found this move here, which is cool. Boom, queen e2, attacking the knight twice. So if you defend the knight, I take the knight. I also wanted to keep the queens on. Yeah, it's starting to look okay for black, meaning like he's fighting still. But his king safety is kind of ugly. I got some passers over here, opposite color bishops. Mine is stronger than his because he's not even attacking me with his. So, you know, it feels better. So he goes rook e6. Right? And I'm threatening the bishop too. Correct, Dante. Correct. Why is rook A to D1 better than rook F to D1? Great question. In fact, rook F to D1, I didn't like the fact that this could be very weak later on. This could be extremely weak later on. And if this happens, let me see if the engine has anything snifty. Nothing. But rook F to D1, and watch the rest of the game too, because then you'll see and realize, wow, you know, I was actually correct. Because rook F to D1 leaves the defense of the F2 pawn, which could be weak, which is a possibility of a target being with the opposite color bishops in game, or the opposite color bishops, period. You have to realize that how do they attack? Where can I attack? F2, H2. So if rook F1 just is a prophylactic way of keeping my rook here to defend F2, just in case it go down, right? So rook A to D1, I choose this one. Rook A to D1, and queen takes B6. Queen E2, and now I'm hitting E7 and knight at the same time. No problem, fall off. So rook E6, he go right here, and I saw this already. And I played queen f3, which is the best move. Hitting the knight, pinning this steal. Rook e1's going to come after taking on e6. So he hit me with a move that I was like, did I miss something? Oh, my bad, bro. Did I offend you? I'm sorry. Look, hey, bro, I thought we was cool, right? I played queen f3, and he hit me with this move, and he made it all nice and swiftly on the board, too. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, you have to keep your composure. But in my head, I'm like, dang. He shocked me twice in this game. F5, and then this move? Hold your horses, my guy. What you doing? He played knight e3. He played knight e3. This is what he chose. Now, of course, right here, I chose the second best move. Second best move. First best move here, I actually didn't even consider. I mean, this was a shocker once again. This is a big boy move, correct. Yeah, and like we said before, Feingo said, this is not where you want to be. You do not want to be shocked when your opponent makes a move and you're like, I didn't even see that. That probably ain't that good. Now, of course, 93 is not one that I didn't see. I just didn't consider because, like, it looks ridiculous. It really does. You know, it really does, bro. Oh, for real. I had to, like, for real, Beth. And he woke up with a chose. He did, bro. He chose violence today. He chose violence, Mikey. And I'm very positive. But, of course, I had to turn that saber on and just, hey, man, hey, let's talk about this, bro. And while I'm defending. And then I hit him with a 2-piece and then drop him. And then he's still swinging at me. Hey, man, hey, let's talk about this. And then that's like, all right, no talking. Take the robe off. Let's go. Above Sky. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. 93. So he plays 93 here. Now, actually, this is the best move, believe it or not. Is rook D to E1. That's a very hard move to make. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see it. Rook D to E is actually better. I didn't even consider this, right? This was like crazy. So after takes, rook takes, and I guess I can just take on F1. But I chose more of a simplified route after 93. In fact, I just took on E6. I just took on E6, and then he took on D1, right? And now if I do rook takes D1, I'm in trouble. So what do you do here as white, guys? What do you do here as white? What do you do here as white? White to move. White to move. Because if rook takes D1, I just go down a piece. Queen takes F5 from Sparry. Queen takes F5. Something was wrong with Queen takes F5. I'm about to see right now. Let's see why. Queen takes F5 is something wrong. King takes silent King H1. It's just rook F8. So it's actually not losing, but rook F8 is better. Yo, Jamco with the prime because it's time. Yo, appreciate that prime stir. Appreciate that prime. Queen F5, it does threaten mate, but rook F8 is facts. On spot, on site, right? Check, bishop F6. And I have not taken this piece back. Think about that. I have not taken the piece back. So that's not good. That's not good. So, and I'm still down a piece. Remember that. Like he kept this piece for so long, right? And I was like, yo, can I just get the piece back? Dang, can I just get the piece back? My goodness, right? So he took on D1, and I played queen to D5, which is a little bit more trickier. Now, if rook to D8, oh my goodness, face blockage. You have blocked with your absolute whole face. GG, that's mate. Bishop here and mate. So I saw this cool little mate here, right? And queen D5, the reason for it also defends the bishop at the same time. It defends mate, and it attacks mate, and also I'm threatening rook takes D1. So he plays bishop F6, stopping the check. And right here, I actually, I did not take on D1. And the reason being is I actually thought that I was losing. After rook takes D1, I thought he played rook D. I thought he was lost after this. And I was thinking to myself, this guy is swinging. I mean, like, he is really fighting me. Because now, you know, I thought that this was my only move. Queen here or here. It doesn't matter. Let's go here. I thought that this was my only move. And here, he goes up a piece. But even here is equal because of the extra pawns and some are passed. This reminds you of, like, I think, what was that, round 3? With the back and forth, if you remember that. You make sure y'all check that on YouTube here. Of course, I'm going to link the playlist in the description. But make sure you guys are, you know, looking at that. Because this reminds me of that. Queen and bishop. I got the extra pawns. It's kind of exactly the same. So I was like, yo, this ain't fun. But I didn't see that I had this move. Bishop D7. I was like, oh, I literally didn't even consider that at all. In fact, you can never get me off the square. And this is the difference with opposite color bishops. And this kind of thing where this bishop is literally can sit here for literally ever. There's no way you can even increase or get me off of this file. It was pretty cool. So, but I didn't do this. I did not. In fact, what I played was he played bishop F6. So I realized, oh snap, I was thinking I couldn't take here and I couldn't take here. So I played A5 to kick the queen, to loosen up, to see where he goes, right? And then after queen A6, now I play queen takes F5, threatening queen takes F6, and now I'm also still threatening rook takes D1, and the bishop's still defended. Bishop G7, and then I finally took. Bishop D7, so aesthetic. I know, right? That's crazy. Oh, you like that collaboration, Kirosh? Yeah, man, it was great. Shout out to the big fella. Queen E2, and now, again, rook F1. So if my rook wasn't on F1, or if I wasn't able to get this, this could be, you know, look at rook F8 coming, and then there's some sack lines. Like, watch this. This is still not over yet. This is why this is called Into the Deep. Talk about a game. Rook F1, he went rook F8. This game is nuts, man. You took dude for a ride. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, it was a wild game, Daniel. I played queen D5, right? And then he took on B2, right? So I took on B4. And nice going, King. Thanks. This rook is a hero. Oh, my goodness. Big dumper. Straight facts. So, and then he took on B4. But there was something I wanted to show here that, like, if I did something like, oh, shoot. Shoot, it's somewhere around here. If I do, like, there is something here that I am getting mated. I am getting mated. Watch this, y'all. I'm going to try to figure out where it's at. I forgot. I have to figure out where my queen is. There is like a sack. Or is it this sack? Yes, this sack. So if I'm not paying attention and I do something crazy. Yo, appreciate it. Oh, snap. Whoa, big boy raid from the big fella himself. Wow. 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 Appreciate it. Hey, what up, Dom? What's good, baby? This game was crazy, bro. It's nuts. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. It's nuts. Absolutely. Yo, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you, my guy. I requested the raid. That was you, Big Tyke. Appreciate you, man. Hey, we going over round 5 right now of Chicago Open. This is nuts. This is called Into the Deep. This one's called Into the Deep. So this is the Discord. Make sure y'all in our Discord. This is the YouTube channel. You can actually check all the videos we've done for this. Daniel is the man with a blitz player. Daniel is half man, half everything else with a legend. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the raid, bro. Appreciate you. Laters, thanks for the follow. Right, so just to catch everybody up, Onion Base, what's up, man? Just to catch everybody up, we'll start from the beginning here. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. But this was a Scandi. This This was Scandi. You can actually catch the recap too. You will be able to catch the recap on YouTube. So castle b5, e6, d4, c5. I'm playing white. What's your opponent's rating? He master. He like 2300, something like that. Knight e5, knight f4, knight h5, knight d7, queen g4, right? And then he played g6. I go here. I was watching on YouTube. Nice to see you for real. What's up, Zlaters? Hey man, good to be here. f5. I could have played queen h3, but I played this queen e2 move. So queen e2 happens right here. Now, of course, like I said before, we did a two-piece sag. Bam, he takes one. And then I play knight c6. Go ahead, bro. Take the other knight. I don't need him. I don't even need him. And then takes on e6. He go rook f7. I snap on c6. And we fast forward. This game got very, very wild. Very, very wild. So fast forward to the position that we were last at. Here. Queen d5. Bishop f6, a5. I took on f5, threatening mate. He went bishop g7. And there was a mate line that I was very scared of here. Like if I did something crazy, right? Takes on b2 and b4. And there, he took on b4. But there was something that, like, if I'm not paying attention, for whatever reason, let's make a move, right? h4. Let's say I go like queen h5. If queen h5, now, I guess this doesn't work. But there was cases that I was afraid of that if you let this happen, rook takes f8. Now, of course, I think there's mate back here. But if rook takes, now I mated. Like, look how strange that is, right? So this was something I had to pay attention to and keep guard of the entire time. How am I mated? Well, check on the back rank first, big fella, okay? And then here, and then bishop d4 check, flex real hard. And then king h1. And queen f1 mate, and you looking crazy out here. Wow. My goodness. Send a stretcher, right? That's just not a move. Get the man off the board. So I knew something like this was a possibility. So I had to keep an eye on that the entire time. Silent king h1, right? So that's a brutal tactic, correct. So I play rook f1. He goes rook f8. So I'm keeping an eye on this literally my whole life, right? This queen's holding it down. So queen takes. Thanks for the follow-up, Kritzia. Takes, right? And then we get to this position here. Queen takes b4. And now it's white to move. Come on, chat. What are we doing? White to move. I tried to do something here. And I was like, okay, what do I do here? Like, how do I finesse this? I know I'm winning. I need to figure this out. What do I do? Quiet king h1. Ha! Chris, come on, Chris. Let him know, Chris. Please let him know, Chris. Silent AZ, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. The silent bishop g8. Y'all something else with these stupid... Yo, that's just like been a joke all day today. The silent move. The silent king h1. The silent bishop g8. It's just so funny. Thanks for the fire bending ninja. Very loud a6. The a6. Queen takes h5 or a6. Hikaru likes to say that. It's a quiet move, you know. Quiet juicer, you know. Yeah, you know. Juicer. It's a quiet move. Toxic chat. The silent e3, silent queen a2, silent knight f3. Thanks for the follow, Raxis. Appreciate it. Hikaru, my guy, bro. Love Hikaru. I mean, yeah, it's so obvious. It's like made in 37, you know? I still don't understand. I'm disappointed. It's made 37. He should have saw that. Silent queen h7, queen takes h7, right. Thanks for the follow, WV Chess. Quiet juicer, you know, made 37. It's nothing. You know, it's just so obvious. Thanks for the follow, Tennis Vermilho. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Here's the move. Very simple. Tanker 5, thanks for the follow. Bam! Queen takes h5. I just said, you know what? Snap another pawn. Why not? Be on my yasser out here. Queen takes h5. It's made in 82 right now. Come on, don't let them know. Hey, Tanker 5. Come on, don't be cheating. Made in 82, don't be cheating. Strategy, king e2, made 37. Right. Silent resignation, h1, jk, yeah. So queen takes h5. He plays queen e4. He hits the bishop, right? He hits the bishop. And I'm like, okay, this is still work to do. I'm keeping this rook here for forever. Because this is holding down life where, like, you know, there's going to be some opposite color transitions where, you know, I'm getting smacked in the face real quick. So I had to figure this out. So I play bishop d5. Lock it down. When he moves, which I saw this coming, I'm like, man, hold on, bro. We just going to have to do some discoordination here. And yes, I got is more accurate ways, according to the engine. But it's okay to do it a simplified way where you don't hang anything. You make it very simple. I learned that from round 1 of this same tournament in Chicago Open when I was beating A. Wonder Liang. So Make sure y'all catch that YouTube video too. Better. Thanks for the follow. Guo, appreciate it. Right. So now I'm not worried about f2. Correct. Bishop f3. I'm not worried at all about f2. Bishop f3. He goes bishop c3, attacking a5. And then I immediately hit him with queen c5, hit the bishop and the rook at the same time, my guy, the same time. And then right here, he found the tallest building he can find and went to the top floor, and he jumped off of it by playing this move right here. Bishop b4 is not a move, my guy. Is not a move. He actually played right here. That was the end. But bishop b4, he played here. And of course, I mean, it's hard to make good moves in a bad position. It's also hard to make good moves in a cramped position or a position where you have to defend, right? It's very hard to make the accurate moves in positions where you're actually just worse. And here, that's just a classic case. He played bishop b4 and attacked my queen, and I just checked him here, which was always a move. Queen e5 and then king to g8. And then bishop d5 check, and this was the ending position. He resigned here. Bishop d5. But this was called Into the Deep, because if you saw the rest of this analysis, if you're just getting here, I highly recommend you watch it on YouTube here. I'm going to post it later tonight, so y'all be able to catch it on the YouTube channel right there in the chat, just like that. So y'all can catch it. But this was a wild game. It's called Into the Deep, and this was round 5 of the Chicago Open. Okay.